Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. Because of this, I think Bitcoin is a sign of cash debasement. Yes, fiat debasement is the theft of time and energy in the form of money. That's why I look at a Bitcoin map. When someone says, wow, this fake money thing and taking people's time and energy seems really bad, how bad is it? I want you to look at a Bitcoin chart. That thing that looks like it went like a hockey stick. That's the value loss of money that's recorded in another instrument. If you think about it, Bitcoin is the opposite of everything we're talking about. It's a fixed rate currency. It's a currency with a fixed amount, and the network is spread out and can't be controlled by one person or group. Money is more than just an item we hold or a transaction in our bank accounts. It's also our time and energy. The hours we work and the resources we use pay off in the form of valuable skills. Money is a way to exchange and store time and energy. However, fiat currencies like the US dollar have many problems and limitations. Central banks make money without thinking, which leads to inflation and devaluation and leaves us open to the whims of those in power if our money is taken or frozen. Bitcoin, on the other hand, was created on the same ideas of time and energy as cash and is a great way to keep your money's value. Bitcoin isn't controlled by any country or group, and there are only so many of them. In a new chat with podcasters, Jack Mallers, founder and CEO of Strike, talks about Bitcoin's monetary policy and the future of money. Jack talks about what he thinks about the value of Bitcoin and the unwritten link between money, energy, and time. By using Bitcoin, people can protect their money from inflation and the unpredictable nature of the current financial system. This move towards Bitcoin isn't just a change in money, it's a big change in how we think about and handle value in the modern world. In fact, I think the best place to start is to learn more about money. In a way, I like to think of money as our time and energy put into pieces. That means you do this show and get paid for it. I go on strike and you get money in return. You cut the grass and fix the windscreen. You get paid to drive someone else's car. So cash is the market good that measures our efforts to society as a whole. These things are meant to take our time and energy so that they can be sold or saved. Okay, you can't just walk into a diner and say hi to the host. I just put together a podcast, I'll take 2 bets. They say things like, I don't want that. Is that what we call a trade? To get rid of barter and grow the business and let us really focus on something like a podcast. A podcast isn't a market good that can be traded for dinner, gas, food, etc. But it's for money, so money is that market good again for time and energy that have been taken away. I would save my time and energy if I could. In the case of wheat, let's do that mental practice again. No matter what I do, I work all day and get wheat in return. That money looks pretty good though. Is wheat being the money to save and last through time? Yeah, that's bad because it's going to go bad, moldy, and stale, and in about a week, that wheat will be worth nothing, right? Everyone has bread that is moldy. Then what's the deal with that money? Can I use my phone to send that wheat to Europe? And so you can use your time and energy to think about money. Imagine having a very strong idea instead of a piece of paper or something your government tells you to use. Then compare it to the dollar. If the government can print their own money, make their money worth less. In other words, they're putting down your time and energy. Does that make sense? Of course. Also, the power of a government to borrow its own money thoughts is as close to time travel as we've ever seen it, since you're taking time and energy from people in the future. That's crazy. We will pay you back at some point, but for now you're taking time and energy from the future. There's no way that's not as bad as time travel, but every time the US government makes $1, they're taking something valuable away from me. I've spent time and energy here on Earth, and in exchange I've gotten dollars. But now those dollars are worth less. I'm not worth as much now. So the idea that you have fixed value money that can't be devalued means that the people who hold it can't have their time and energy taken away. This is something that can't be changed by a government, a central party, a business, or a person. Are the most powerful way to store our time and energy, and you'd have to look at the past of money to understand it. Well, in history, you try to get as close as you can. For example, I think Bitcoin is the best way to store our time and energy right now, but gold was the best way to store our time and energy in the past. Yes, that's because those chemicals bring us pretty close. We have to work harder and spend more time to find more gold than silver or copper. People also think of real estate as a place to save money, time, and energy. Why? Because you can't make more land. Even though that's not good, you can still print more space right there. One day they'll build a building in Manhattan with 1,000 stories. That's why we've been looking for cars that are close enough both in terms of time and energy. When I think about Satoshi and Bitcoin is the best tool for the job is money. Which tool can store your time and energy the best, letting you save it and trade it for something else? This is crazy. I urge everyone to look into things like the average year someone gets married and the percentage of people who become homeowners. Things are going really badly. Like everyone used to get married between the ages of 22 and 23. At this point, everyone is getting married around 32 to 33. The number of people who own their own homes is going down, and the number of divorces is going up. Based on these measurements, I can say that living a life you're happy with takes more time and effort. Your dad could have worked. People who used to work 20 to 50 years to own a home now have to work 20 to 30 to 40 years. I mean, they're still people. By making the coin less valuable again, if you think of it in terms of time and energy, you're increasing the amount of time and energy needed to live a sustainable life, which hurts society and is a terrible, bad thing to do. When you say steal from people, they're actually taking time and energy from everyone, like when your groceries double in price. When your petrol price doubles and your McDonald's order doubles, whatever that means for you, it just takes more time and energy to live the life you need to live. Bitcoin, I believe that is an example of fiat debasement. Fiat debasement is the theft of time and energy in the form of money. That's why when I look at a Bitcoin chart and someone says, wow, this monetary debasement thing, this theft of time and energy from the people seems really bad, I say, yes, it does. How bad is it? I want you to look at a Bitcoin chart. That thing that looks like it went like a hockey stick. That's the value loss of money that's recorded in another instrument if you think about it. Bitcoin is the opposite of everything we're talking about. It's a fixed rate currency. It's a currency with a fixed amount, and the network is spread out and can't be controlled by one person or group. So when something that is printed in huge amounts, like a policy that lawmakers can change, or something that is planned and controlled from one place, is